Travis Scott has officially made history. And this is crazy. This is some crazy, crazy stuff. So let's go over the article. Travis Scott has overtaken Kendrick Lamar to have the highest grossing solo hip-hop tour of all time. So if we have the actual list of hip-hop tours, Drake with his, I forget what that tour is called, man. The recent tour that he had J. Cole involved in it. He had 21 Savage. I don't know why it slipped my mind what that tour is called, but that tour is not, a solo tour. With that tour, it's not really cheating, but it's, you got other superstars. J. Cole fans are going to come. 21 Savage fans are going to come. And that adds to all the money and, and just becoming a higher grossing tour. But Travis Scott did his tour solo. Kendrick Lamar did his tour solo. I believe Nicki Minaj did her tour solo, 50 Cent, besides Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda, who really aren't. You put 50 Cent with Tony Yayo and Uncle Murda, it's not really going to bring any tickets. It's just people that, it's like his hype men. So 50 did his tour solo. There's now no major acts headlining. That's what I mean in this. So let's go over what Travis Scott did. The Houston rappers recently wrapped Circus Maximus tour has grossed nearly $210 million and sold 1.7 million tickets since it began in October 2023. So this is a tour that lasted basically a year, according to Billboard. The trek in support of his chart-topping album, Utopia, saw Scott play 78 shows across 4 continents. The previous record was held by Kendrick's Big Steppers tour, which raked in $110 million. While Scott has the biggest solo rap tour, he's still some ways behind Drake, J. Cole, and 21 Savage, whose co-headlining tour, It's All a Blur tour, grossed an enormous $320 million. It has been a boom period late for hip-hop tours, with 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj also embarking on international runs that have generated over $100 million each. So yeah, very, very cool to see. I think there's a lot of factors, obviously, that play in this. How many shows you do? What do you charge average price per ticket? Do you have, obviously, co-headliners? Do you not? There's different categories for things. To me, and I'm not even saying this because I'm a 50 Cent fan. I know people are going to be like, to me, 50 Cent is the most impressive because it is such an older artist, right? All these artists that have broken these numbers are from the 2010s. 50 Cent is the only one from the 2000s. And when I say 2010s, I mean, like, hey, they dropped their first debut album in 2010 and so on. I know Nicki Minaj and Drake were popping in 2009, whatever. That's 1 year of the 2000s. I'm talking 2010 and above. It's all these artists. Kendrick, it's Drake, Nicki Minaj, Travis Scott. These are all 2010s artists. 50 Cent is the only one that's a 2000s artist. What I would like to see this will never happen, I don't think. I'm not going to say never, but I just don't think this will happen. Maybe it will. There's a possibility because Haley is all grown up now and she's married and is going to have a kid. I think Eminem should do a tour, like one final hurrah. I want to see what kind of numbers that would do. I think that would do astronomical numbers. I think he would easily, as a solo act, he doesn't even have to have nobody in the. If he did 50 under there and Dr. Dre and Snoop, it's over. Like, everybody would go see that. I would go. I would buy multiple tickets in multiple locations to see that. But Eminem just doing his own solo tour, I think he would easily do $200 million. That's not even a question as a solo artist. Could he break Travis Scott's record? Yeah. Depends on where he goes, how many shows he does. Eminem is a global phenomenon, so he could easily just go take up Japan, take up all these areas, and do insane numbers. It's a walk in the park in terms of selling tickets. Now, the work it would take at his age of, I think he's 50 years old or 51 or something like that, it'd be a little toll on his body. Michael Jackson was scheduled to do his tour, and they just kept adding dates, and the guy was 50 years old. He looked good, but obviously he was dealing with a bunch of drug problems. So, congratulations, man. Travis Scott, round of applause. It seems like that whole Astroworld incident where people got killed and hurt didn't really affect him at all. He did settle that, and it's behind him, and he's moved on forward, and he's breaking records. So salute to him, and we'll see what happens moving forward with these tours. A lot of these, we're going to be talking about this when I'm talking about this next topic coming up here. A lot of these streaming numbers don't really translate to tours. Let's just say that. There's been a lot of artists that have tried touring and doing shows and have failed, despite their streaming numbers being big. and there has to be some type of boosting going on with this type of stuff. But yeah, we'll see what happens with these upcoming tours and these artists moving forward.